Silver forces stackers to quit. This is the number one question on the mind of every silver stacker. Why are we seeing all of these people dumping their silver? Why are people giving up hope? Why are they discouraged? In this video, I'm going to explain what's going on, and I'm going to show you, according to this article right here, it says these 3 conditions must be met before silver surges like gold is surging. I'm going to show you some silver lining of what we have ahead of us for silver. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It's really important to get this information out there. Now, as silver stackers, we know that this is a long game. Stacking silver is a long game. We need to hold for decades. Decades. That's what I said. You hold for decades, and you're not looking for a return on investment. Really, you're doing 2 things. You're swapping your fiat currency, which is always losing its value. You're swapping it into real money. Silver is real money. You're actually holding your wealth in something that's real. And the second thing that you're doing is you're waiting for that silver to gold ratio to tighten so you can swap out for gold. Because look at what gold is doing now. And I started the top of this video noting that silver can surge like gold. It says it right up here at the top of this article. Now this is from Zero Hedge, and it's actually not by Tyler Durden. This is from a piece by Jesse Colombo. And what this author is showing us is the 3 conditions that we need to see happen. First, of course, we need to see silver right here break to $32.50, $32.50, and really hold there rather than swap back and forth, wave between $30 and $32. We need to get to that first step. And really that's not impossible. I mean, look, 2 years ago we were stuck between $22 and $24 forever. It felt like forever. It was really only about 26 months. But that was a long stretch. We never thought we'd be up where we are now. So that's the first, according to this author, that's the first condition that has to be met. The second is that in euros, right here, must close decisively above the 30 euro resistance level. And that, again, this is tangible. This is tangible. Now, here's the interesting part, and this is why I wanted to show you this article so you could actually see it. This says, the final condition is more esoteric, but I believe it will significantly reduce the likelihood of an upcoming silver breakout being a false one. And this is an index that this author created. They call it the Synthetic Silver Price Index, right here. Synthetic Silver Price Index. And that Synthetic Silver Price Index, it must close above its key resistance zone between 2,560 and 2,640. Now, this index represents you're not going to believe this, but just hear me out, the average of gold and copper prices. Right there. Copper. We often roll our eyes at copper. We think that there's no use. It's so cheap. But look, 20 years, if you're like me and you started stacking silver back when silver was single digits, people looked at us like we were stacking copper. I mean, that's how cheap silver was. The same thing. So, don't roll your eyes at it yet. Now, according to this index, it's an average of gold and copper prices with copper's price adjusted multiplied by 540 to prevent gold's higher price from disproportionately influencing the index. So this is the index that they're measuring it by. And really, it's entirely possible. When we look at metals as a basket, this is something that we don't often do as silver stackers. We're just focused on silver. Gold is out of reach for us. And we're hyper-focused on silver. We're following that spot price. We're feeling discouraged. Metals are really, it's a commodity, precious metals. And we need to include everything within a basket, just the way the stock market does that, right? It's a basket. It's a basket of goods. So it makes sense to me, and I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't push back on this right away because it's entirely possible that this is what we need to see. And here's a chart that this author created showing the key resistance zone right there. That's the same resistance, 2,560 to 2,640. So for these 3 to happen, the first 2 are absolutely within reach. 30 euros and $32.50, that can definitely break. And really what we're looking for, and if this author is correct, then this basket that we're looking at, this synthetic silver price index, as they call it, that could be what it takes to slingshot silver And I absolutely see with the demand for silver in industry never seen before. We've never seen this before. We've never been close to anything like this before. This is new territory. So I absolutely could see silver slingshotting up to $50 to $100. I could see triple digits. Absolutely. The struggle, and this is why I started this video talking about people dumping their silver. The struggle is being patient. And I understand people need money. I get it. Of course. This is reality. People need money. But if you can hold that silver and just make like it's not even there, it's not an option. Look, people who bought these rare coins, when you look at the rare coin market, just bear with me. If you look at rare gold, these coins that go for millions of dollars now, those didn't just show up. People didn't just find that in their grandfather's house. Those coins were held. Some of those gold coins that sell for millions of dollars today, those were probably given as a wedding gift back in the 1800s. And some smart family member held on to those gold, like just say your family got one gold coin. They held on to it for generations, through everything, through thick and thin. They lost their house sometimes because they, just like you and I, they struggle financially, but they held on to that gold coin no matter what. That's what it took. And now, generations and generations later, those gold coins have survived in mint condition and they sell for millions. So I say that to point to people who are dumping their silver today because they need cash. If you can get in that mindset where it's just not even an option no matter what, no, I'm not cashing out. I'm holding because this is a great time. We're going to look back at $32 an ounce of silver and we're just going to laugh. Just the way we look back at $5 an ounce for silver. I remember, I look back at that and I think, wow. I mean, I felt very young then. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It's really important to get this information out there. Hit those buttons and I will see you on the next one.